Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something huge, a massive shift in the world of search that you need to know about for your brand. So, let's just dive right in.
So, let me ask you something. Have you noticed this lately? You go to Google, you're searching for, a real review of a product or an answer to some super specific question, and bam, right at the top, a Reddit thread. Yeah, if you've been seeing that, you're not going crazy. It's really happening.
And here's the thing. This is not some random accident. Nope. This is a deliberate, strategic move by Google, and it's completely changing the game. Honestly, getting your head around this, well, it might just be your brand's new superpower. All right, first up, Google's new favorite forum. Let's get into the why of it all, right? Why on earth has Reddit, the front page of the internet? Why has it all of a sudden become so important for your brand showing up on Google? Well, Google is weaving Reddit right into its search results in these really obvious ways. You've probably seen those new discussions and forums boxes or maybe the what others say sections. They're packed with Reddit threads. But the real bombshell, the big one? There's a direct content deal. Google is literally paying to train its AI models on Reddit's entire history of human conversation. Think about that. So what does this all mean for you? It's simple, but it's crucial. If you want to have any say in what Google's AI tells people about your brand, your products, your entire industry, you have to be where the AI is learning. And that place is Reddit. It's not a nice to have anymore. It is absolutely essential.
Okay, next section, the Reddit SEO mindset. Because here's the catch, and it's a big one. You can't just take your old SEO playbook and throw it at Reddit. It just won't work. It's a whole different ballgame over there, and it demands a completely new way of thinking.
So when we talk about Reddit SEO, we're really talking about two things. First, there's on-platform. That's getting found inside Reddit itself. But the real prize, the absolute gold mine right now, is off-platform. That's all about making sure your Reddit conversations show up high in Google's search results. That's the big opportunity. And this is where that mindset shift is so important. Look, traditional SEO, it's all about tactics, link building, keywords, you know the drill. Reddit SEO, it is driven by trust. It's not about gaming an algorithm, it's about engaging with real people. Because let me tell you, Redditors have a built-in radar for marketing fluff, and they will call you out in a heartbeat. You have to be authentic. And what's so cool about this is that the things that work on Reddit, being helpful, sharing real experiences, being authentic, are the exact same things Google is now rewarding in its search results. It's this perfect synergy. You're basically creating content that wins in two places at the same time. All right, section 3, the crawl, walk, run plan. I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds great, but how do I actually do it without getting my brand completely roasted or even banned? That is a great question. And the answer is having a smart, step-by-step plan. And that plan is beautifully simple. We call it crawl, walk, run. It's this phased approach that lets you get your feet wet, learn the culture, and build up some real credibility before you try to make a big splash. This is the key to not just surviving, but actually thriving on Reddit. So here's how it breaks down. In the crawl phase, you're basically a fly on the wall. Your only job is to listen and learn. Find the right communities, the subreddits, and just absorb the vibe. Then you move to walk. This is where you start dipping your toe in, answering questions, starting helpful threads, and building a reputation. And finally, run. This is when you're ready to lead, maybe even launch your own branded subreddit and really scale up your efforts. Okay, let's talk about a strategy in action. Does this crawl, walk, run thing actually work? Does it lead to real results? You bet it does. Let's look at a fantastic real-world example. Okay, let's take a look at the shoe brand Asics. For about 4 months, their team put the crawl and the early walk phases into practice. They didn't go in there spamming links to their shoes. No way. They just focused on being genuinely helpful in running-focused subreddits. And get this, it was all about quality over quantity. Over that entire time, they only made about 120 helpful comments and posts. That's it. And what did that focused, helpful effort get them? A 15% jump in organic brand mentions year over year. People were just naturally talking more about Asics, all because the brand showed up and added value. But wait, it gets even better. This right here is the holy grail. One of their comments, just a simple, authentic piece of advice, got quoted directly in a Google AI answer just days after they posted it. Think about that. They are literally shaping what Google's AI tells the world, all from a single helpful comment. That's insane.
Okay, so let's zoom out. What's the big takeaway here? What is the one thing you absolutely need to remember from all of this?
It all comes down to this. On Reddit, trust is more important than tactics. If you go in there thinking it's just another channel to blast your marketing messages, you will fail. Hard. But if you go in there treating it like a community where you need to earn trust, you will absolutely win.
And here's why it's so powerful. Forget about paying for expensive focus groups. Reddit is a live, real-time, completely unfiltered look into the minds of your customers. You can see how they think, what they search for, and how they talk, all in their own words. It's an absolute goldmine for everything from content ideas to product feedback. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. Right now, as you're watching this, conversations are happening on Reddit that will define what the world and what Google's AI thinks about your brand. They're happening with or without you. The only question is, are you going to be part of the conversation?